My name is Mark Myers. Most people just call me the Burro Man. I travel the country with my dogs rescuing donkeys from abuse, neglect, abandonment, or sometimes it's just wild burros that the government doesn't want anymore. My staff helps me to care for more than 3,000 donkeys all across the country. Donkey rescue is not what we do, it's who we are. Welcome back to the Peaceful Valley Donkey Rescue San Angelo, Texas facility. Today we are in our hydroponics room. Now, hydroponics is simply growing anything without dirt. This process involves water and seeds, and that's it. Now, what you see behind me is ryegrass fodder. Now, fodder is anything you feed to an animal versus what an animal would go out and forage on its own. So this is ryegrass fodder. It's very difficult to grow. It's very susceptible to mold, so we had to be very careful when we constructed our hydroponics room. Now, we're in an old milking barn of a dairy. And so we had to build the walls, we had to add insulation, HVAC systems, water systems, just a myriad of things to make this all come together and keep the environment inside stable regardless of what it is outside. Today, for instance, we're freezing outside all day. We have an ice storm coming in. This is West Texas. We'll see 110 degree summers. So we had to be very careful as we designed this thing because we want the output each day to be exactly the same. Now, the fodder racks you see and all this equipment came from a company called Farm Tech up in Iowa. We went up there, we kind of met with their experts, we learned from them. We came down here and designed our room and our system around this. Been very happy with it so far. Each row you see behind me represents a day of the week. So each day we lay out new seeds and we harvest. So it takes 7 days from the time the seeds go into the tray until it becomes a full mat of edible fodder. Now, what's cool about this is it's 100% edible. We break it up, we throw it out to the donkeys, and they get not only the nutrition of it, but they get a little exercise. They get all rambunctious. They like to fling it around. And it helps to reduce our grain ration. A lot of the donkeys that come into us are malnourished. And so we have to supplement their hay with either a grain or now, whenever we can, with this fresh fodder. Much better for them, and we're seeing some marked improvements in their coat and their overall body condition. Now, the process starts with soaking seeds. The seeds are soaked overnight, and so the next morning we drain off the water and we lay them out in the tray. Each tray is 12 feet long. It takes 6 pounds of seed to fill it. When that is done growing 7 days later, it will produce 65 pounds of fresh fodder. So that's a pretty good deal. Amy and Michelle do all of the fodder work here. They come in every day and they harvest. They soak the seeds, they lay out the seeds, they clean the trays. They do all this together on a daily basis. They kind of call it their Zen time. They can come in here, kind of get away from the phone ringing and all the problems that come along with running an animal rescue and a business as large as we are. So they come in here, put on their music, and just sort of hang out and enjoy their time here. Right now, we are doing an experiment with the fodder. We have 2 test groups that are getting only fodder every day, and we have 2 test groups that are getting a grain ration every day. These were both skinny donkeys, ones that needed extra nutrition, and we're kind of gauging to see how well they do on fodder versus grain. Temperature control is very important. We maintain 70 degrees in this room year-round. So no matter what kind of air is coming in, we have to either cool it or heat it to keep it right at 70 degrees. That is optimum. Humidity is also very important. We maintain a humidity level of 50%. Some days that requires 4 heavy-duty dehumidifiers running 24 hours a day. Other times we can get by with just 2 units. But humidity must remain below 50% or we're going to have a big problem with mold. Another thing that can contribute to mold is the pH level of your water. Our water here is very alkaline, and so we add battery acid and inject that into the water supply system to bring that pH level down to around 6. We mix 1.5 gallons of battery acid that you can get in an automotive parts store into a 55-gallon drum of water. Then we have what's called a Dosatron, and that sucks a little bit of that acid out and injects it into our water line so that it's drinkable. There's no harm in the acid, but it just controls that pH level to get that level down so that we don't have a mold issue. One cool thing about a hydroponic system is that it's drought resistant. We water for 2 minutes every 2 hours around the clock, and so it's very little water for as much feed as it produces. Lighting is very important. For anything to grow, you need sunlight and you need water. And so we had to bring sunlight inside by the use of these lighting banks you see behind me. They recreate the exact color of sun, and so therefore we can grow things inside. Well, and that's it for the fodder room. I hope you enjoyed checking it out. If you're ever in the San Angelo area, you want to come out and see it in person, you're welcome. Give us a call. The girls will give you a tour and probably make you help. So if you need more information, check out our website, donkeyrescue.org. Drop us an email at our new email, info@pvdr.org. Phone call at 866-366-5731. Y'all be good, and we'll see you next time.